benefit of having a network where it's somebody or individuals that you can lean on to say, hey, this is my problem. I need a solution. And 9.9 times out of 10, probably there is a solution because somebody has already encountered it before me.
Hi, I'm Maud Léger, and this is the Realtors Conspiracy Podcast, where we crack the code to real estate success. Learn from top realtors, entrepreneurs, and innovators about how to grow your business as we discuss real estate success stories, mindset, processes, motivations, and the key to their success. Check out our podcast episodes every Monday to crack the code to success for your real estate business. This week, I'm speaking with Andrew Latty from the agency. Andrew has been a realtor for 15 months, and he came in while the market was hot and is now experiencing a quickly changing market. Combining his disciplined sports background and his extensive knowledge of real estate, he is very competitive and up for the challenge, and is committed to the growth of his business. Join me as he shares his inspiring story with us. Andrew is definitely an agent we should keep an eye for. Let's get to my chat with Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Thanks for joining us on the episode today. Tell us, what is the key to your success?
Yeah, thanks for having me. The key to my success, honestly, is having a strong network around me to help kind of leverage my business off, especially my first year. I'm obviously having a great team and great individuals on the team that I can learn from. So that's definitely helped me understand the business and get my hands into the business right away and grow it.
Yeah. How do you stand out in your competitive market?
Yeah, the market's definitely competitive as a new agent. I've only been doing it for about 15 months. A lot of it has come down to partnering with other agents who can kind of mentor me and help my business grow. But also I have a strong network prior to real estate. Growing up playing sports and different types of sports, hockey, soccer, you name it, I played it. So having a lot of different friend groups and different networks that I've been able to rely upon to help me get through my first 15 months.
Yeah, very cool. A lot of people would say when they kind of switch career or try to network with people from the past, they're a little
Yeah.
bit ashamed to say they're a realtor. How did you surmount that? How did you go about it?
Honestly, I just have a lot of really good friends of mine that really want to see me succeed in everything that I do. So that aspect wasn't overly too hard. So with word of mouth and obviously them trusting me that I was able to sell their house and kind of giving me the opportunity. So I'm grateful for that as well too. Definitely there's a lot of individuals that I haven't reached out to say that I'm a realtor, but that's a part of the process that I definitely need to get better at because they may not even know.
Yeah.
Right. So they could be actually looking to sell their house or purchase a property, but because I didn't reach out, and I've seen that happen in the past, that I didn't get the opportunity to work with that client or that friend. But there's definitely no shame in reaching out. I mean, it is a shameless job. And in order to be successful, you have to make yourself readily known of what you do, right? If you want to succeed.
That happens a lot. You don't tell
Yeah.
people you're a realtor, you find out they sold their house.
Yeah, exactly. It's happened to me already. So yeah.
So in 15 months, what's the best advice you've received as a new realtor that you would give to someone starting out?
The best advice, I mean, honestly, find a team, a company that works for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Find a company that you'll be able to talk to the owners on a regular basis.
Yeah.
A brokerage that has successful realtors in there that you can also pick their brains when they're readily available as well too. There's not really a go-to that I really learned. It's just being comfortable in your environment. If you like what you do and where you work, you're more likely to go into the office, which means you're more likely to network with other agents and see how they've done and ran their business and take what you want and leave what you want as well.
Yeah. What kind of support are you getting at the agency? Because that seems to be what really gets you.
Yeah, the agency, I said, that's the brokerage we work at. Yeah, I mean, from top to bottom, I'm able to go in there on a daily basis, talk to agents who have basically seen everything that I have seen, right? So when it comes to making a deal or writing an offer, we have staff on board to help with writing offers as well and making sure that, they're reviewed and giving you tips and pointers so that the next time, you feel a bit more comfortable writing your offer. Talking with ownership and just kind of laying out what your 5-year plan is or what your 3-year plan is, and understanding, where you are as a realtor and how, the business typically progresses over the lifespan of your career, right? So maybe you think that you're not doing as well as you are, but you don't realize it until you've spoken to other individuals in the brokerage or other agents in general, and they're giving you advice and feedback, and giving you support as well.
So true. Like really
Yeah,
feeling what others are feeling too. They're in the same industry.
exactly. Yeah, and even like currently with the market changing, you know, how has business been for you? How long have your listings been sitting on the market? You know, are you slow? Are you busy? Or what are tips that you can give me to combat this changing market, especially for someone like myself who entered the market when it was steaming hot, right? So
Yeah, that's true. So now it's going down a little bit. Some
that's
agents
right.
are doing it. What was the defining moment for you where you thought, that's what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be good at, and I'm gonna succeed?
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't say there's a defining moment. I think it's just a personality. I've done a lot of entrepreneurial ventures myself, and I've always been interested in real estate. I've been a real estate investor for about a dozen years now, but real estate's always something I've loved to do. So yeah, I just decided over the pandemic, funny enough, that I wasn't really enjoying what I was doing in my other career. So I thought, you know what, let me try something new and let me take the plunge. And so far, so good. Um, Lots of time and lots of effort needs to go into it. I need to do a lot of that more myself, to be honest with you. But it's a slow burn, right? You can also burn yourself out a lot too, so and drive yourself crazy. But you have to find your own balance and listen to your body and your mind, because it is mentally exhausting sometimes.
Yes, totally, totally. What
Yeah.
kind of activities are you doing that generate results for you?
Right now, honestly, I do a lot of networking with friends, former clients as well too. Just keeping in touch with former clients who've actually given me a lot of referrals over the last 15 months. So that's been great. Things I would like to do though is be more involved and active in my own community in Ottawa and my certain neighborhood as well too. I'm a former soccer player, so one thing I want to do is kind of engage the community through sport, whether it's free soccer clinics or free programming or something like that. So yeah, definitely I would like to be more involved in the day-to-days of my community. I've joined like my Riverside South Community Association board, but actually being out there and being the face and in the face of individuals to let them know who I am and what I do and what I offer.
Yeah, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Again, it's a connection. You
Yep.
get something out of
And
that.
doing something I love.
Yeah,
Exactly. Because I love sports too, right? So it's not just going out there and door knocking and talking to people. No, it's come to my soccer clinic. Oh, by the way, I'm also a real estate sales representative. So
yeah. You talked about your into investment and investing in real estate. Why
right.
do you think it's important for realtors to also invest in real estate?
Yeah, it gives you a little bit more market exposure and credibility. I mean, it's hard to be a realtor and sell properties to individuals if you don't have the knowledge yourself of what it's like to be a homeowner and the different types of things you might encounter. For example, doing a renovation in the house, like knowing how much things cost and staying up to date with the market costs, knowing the true value of a property, right? I mean, especially in a market like last year where everything was selling for a lot of money, understanding what the true value of a property is and things that you may not consider, like, hey, this house is a new build, for example, pre-construction. Do you have money aside for a fence? Do you have money aside for eavesdrops, right? So having knowledge to kind of give them the fuller picture where it's like, okay, well, you know what, your mortgage and your monthly payments and your down payment, your deposit, that's only one portion of home ownership. Did you consider all the extras?
Yeah, yeah, that's a perfect balance. I think your background, your networking, your knowledge
That's
of
right.
it, and being a realtor, you
That's right.
brought to the table.
Yeah, and also helps too because I mean, when I bought my first property, I was only 19, and I made a lot of mistakes, right? That now I'm able to share with other clients, right? Where it's like, well, I didn't think of these things. I didn't think of the fence. I didn't think of the eavesdrops. I didn't think about, hey, now I turned it into rental property, and now I'm doing a renovation that's costing 30K after tenants had unfortunately damaged the house a bit, and I want to update it and all those things, right? So there's a fine balance on when to renovate, when to flip, when to buy and hold, right? So having the knowledge and understanding to do that as well has definitely helped me, share my knowledge with my clients.
Yeah, very cool. How do you keep up with this knowledge? How do you keep informed?
Yeah, lots of reading. It's kind of hard not to turn on your cell phone every day and read an article about what's happening in the market today, right? So whether it's interest rates going up or the Bank of Canada, for example, or if it's rental market, there's always something, right? So also doing a lot of renovations and work yourself over time, you kind of inherently get to a network where these colleagues of yours are also doing these type of things. So you're bouncing ideas and knowledge off of your coworkers, off of friends who've done it in the past or are currently going through renovation and saying, well, yeah, these are the costs for today's market, especially with the trade shortage, right? So
Yeah, no, that's cool. That you won't like just give what you've learned from your experiences, you keep learning.
that's right. That's right. I mean, you never stop learning. There's always somebody that knows more than you,
Nice.
right? I mean, there's always somebody that has encountered what you've encountered, right? So that's the benefit of having a network where it's somebody or individuals that you can lean on to say, hey, this is my problem. I need a solution. And 9 times out of 10, 9.9 times out of 10, probably there is a solution because somebody has already encountered it before me.
Somebody went through it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the thing that motivates you? What gets you up or what keeps you going as a realtor?
Honestly, I just love the entrepreneur side of it. If you like what you do, it's not hard to get up. And that was one of the biggest challenges I had over COVID was finding a career where every day when I wake up, I'm going to be content going to work and enjoy what I do and love what I do. Yes, real estate sometimes it's frustrating, just like any other job, but it's not hard. Like I said, when you work in an environment that you like the individuals that you work in with, it's a lot easier to get up in the morning and go to the office and have those talks, right? So I think that's really the motivation, right? It's I love what I do. I want to be the best at what I do because I'm naturally competitive, and I have to understand that there's steps to becoming that level of agent, right? It's not going to happen overnight, but there's certain things that you have to do on a day-to-day basis, which also I need to be better at, right? That will get me to that level if I'm consistent. Consistency is key, right? So
I love it because your
yeah,
sports, your discipline, your knowledge,
that's right.
experience, it all works
You
out.
got to, yeah, you got to bring in all the facets of your life and just try to piece them together and kind of bring them into one envelope, we'll call it.
Yeah. We talked about realtors who started kind of at the same time as you that went through the hype and now they're going down. What would you say your best advice is for a realtor who's like willing to quit at this point? They're not making it.
Um, don't just keep pushing through. Honestly, just keep pushing through. Like I had this exact feeling at the start of the year where I was speaking to the owner of the brokerage, and I was like, I wasn't going to quit, but I said, like I'm not getting the numbers that I want. I'm very competitive. He's like, and he basically told me, he said, listen, like you're slow right now, enjoy it because when you're going to be busy, which you will be, you won't have time, right? So you have to understand, which is one thing that really took a long time for me to understand, is that the business comes in waves. You can do 3-4 deals in a month. The next month you may not have anything,
Yeah.
right? And you have to understand that. But as long as you're doing your day-to-days in those slow months where it's calling clients, doing market updates, keeping yourself informed on what's happening in the market, so that if a client does call, you're one step away, you're one answer away from giving them all the information they need, you're more likely to retain that client and maybe close a deal with them in the upcoming months, right? So there's no such thing as a dead month. It's just if you're slow, there's still ways to enjoy your life, but get deals done later on down the road.
It's almost that stamina during like sports. Like you gotta give it up and then
Yeah,
relax and you gotta give it.
exactly. Exactly. And if you sit there and you think about it every day, it's going to be mentally taxing on you and it's not going to be enjoyable. So I do encourage every realtor or every individual in general to have something else as a pastime. Like I still play soccer to this day, right? I tell my friends all the time that's the only time where my mind is 100% clear and free because it's focused on what's happening on the field. Anytime I play sports, it's like a remedy for me. It's like medicine, it just takes my mind off of all the pressures and I just focus on that for an hour or two.
Yeah,
So
passion and an outlet. Love it.
that's right. Exactly.
What's a challenge that you didn't expect you were gonna encounter as a realtor?
Yeah, definitely some of the challenge I expected was I didn't expect were really like how to maintain a pipeline, how to get that network growth, and also like the fees it costs to actually be successful, right? I mean, a lot of individuals, they say realtors make a lot of money, but we also do have a lot of bills to pay as well. We have our monthly fees that we pay to our boards. We have marketing fees, you name it, we have brokerage fees. So one thing is, yeah, we are very successful at what we do, but there's also a way to almost reinvest in yourself in order to get more clients and more business down the road. So that's kind of the part of the business that I'm working on right now. It's kind of, how do I reinvest in myself? So the website is brand new. It actually only launched today. So, and get that presence so that, hey, this agent looks like a complete real estate sales representative, right? So he has the social media that ties into the website, that ties into the print, that ties into maybe YouTube videos, that, it shows the overall, it captures the overall vision of the agent and who that person is. At the end of the day, the way I see it is, individuals want to work with somebody that they can relate to. And my job is trying to be as relatable as possible on every skill. Hence why I said earlier, I need to be better at posting more lifestyle pictures on social media, because every agent can post for sale or just listed, right? But who is Andrew as a everyday person? What is he like? What does he do? So stuff like that.
They say like real estate is simple, but it's not easy. So it is a lot of work, investment,
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah. Time, investment, money. Time is money, as some would say too, right? So it depends on how you view it. Your weekends, you should be at open houses or and you know what? Even if I don't have clients, my new thing is I try to go to open houses just for myself, for my own personal research, right? So, your Sundays are pretty booked with that alone. So understanding that it's not your everyday job, right? You have to be disciplined because you do work for yourself. So you have to understand that this freedom that you get is a benefit when you're successful, but how do you use that freedom, as we call it, to live the life that you want while still being successful in your career?
Yeah, totally. I love it.
Yeah.
What are you excited about coming up in the future in the industry or this year for you as a realtor?
Yeah. This year for myself, I'm excited about a lot of things. I mean, I started, last year I was working with a couple of realtors and kind of learning from them. And now this year I'm kind of a little bit more independent, which is great. So it's two different things, right? It's two different markets. I mean, I'm pretty happy with what I've achieved so far, but obviously I'm not content. But I think what I'll be happy with the most is just continued growth, right? Understanding that I can do it, I can accomplish it. And, also learning from my mistakes over the past year and a half, right? Basically, and trying to figure out, okay, well, Andrew, this works for you. This idea doesn't work for you, and trying to almost hone in on my business. I would love to, like I said, be a staple in my neighborhood as well too. So working on that as well would be very important, and
Yeah,
just being a go-to resource.
yeah, that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah,
We're gonna
thanks.
grow and expand so much.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case. So just have to keep putting in the work and putting in more work, to be honest with you, and just enjoying the process.
No, very cool. Tell us, where do we find you? What's your social media or?
Yeah, you can find me on social media at Latty, Latty Andrew. That's my last name, Latty. And then obviously I have a website, www.andrewlatty.com. And you can find all my contact information there. I could be better on Instagram, but you'll find me there. I'm very responsive. I'm not very great at posting things, but I'm very responsive. I'm trying not to be what we call an undercover agent, So I'm always on Instagram, but I'm not always posting. I'm a typically a private person, so you'll see more when it comes to listing, but I need to do better at getting individuals to see the Andrew on a everyday lifestyle.
Yeah, and as you get involved in your community, posting about
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. That was amazing.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for joining. If you know any realtor who could get inspired by this successful story, please share.